Oh, nothing beats some coffee. And welcome back to the channel. It's been a hot minute. I have been a little bit busy filming probably one of the biggest projects I've ever tackled. Into that in a second. More on that to come later, but currently, if you haven't noticed, we are in a new environment. This is actually my new kitchen, my new coffee station. I got the fellow oat grinder and it is amazing. More importantly, if you haven't guessed, because I've moved into a new kitchen, that also comes with a new house, which also comes with a new YouTube studio, and this is it. We'll talk about this new office setup and everything once it's all sorted. I've just started throwing it together, figuring out what I like, so you might see some experimentation. Let me know in the comments if you want to see some more about my office setup. But right now, we need to talk about the Canon R6 and the ridiculous new updates Canon have just released that potentially make, in my opinion, the Canon R6 the best video camera, even better than the A7S III and R5. Let's talk about it. Just wanted to jump in real quick and talk about the giveaway I'm doing for hitting 1,000 subscribers on this channel, which is awesome. Thank you very much, firstly. But I'll be giving away this Amaran light, kindly given to us by Aperture. Anyone can enter. All the ways to enter will be down below, but just subscribe, comment, follow me on Insta. That's pretty much the gist of it. And I'll also be giving next week free LUTs to everyone, which I'm working on very hard to make really awesome and super free. So please tune in next week, enter the giveaway, have fun, and yeah, back to why the Canon R6 updates are really awesome. So back to you, Josh. The new update Canon has released is absolutely ridiculous. They just gave us Canon C-Log 3 and dual SD card recording. What is going on? Ridiculous. This is insane. This camera can do things that the Canon R5 can't even do. That's how good it is. But let's just talk about it for a second. What is C-Log 3? Now, C-Log 3 is a log format that Canon has made themselves. Every company has their own log. There's S-Log, yada, 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 yada. But all you need to know is C-Log 3 sits in between C-Log and C-Log 2. It's a bit weird that it's 3, but bear with me. So basically, you've got C-Log 2, which I've got on my Canon C200, which is a super amazing picture profile, super flat, super dynamic range. It's awesome. But C-Log is kind of a flat picture profile, but it doesn't really do much except help you a little bit color grading. But C-Log 3, on the other hand, sits in this sweet spot in between, which gives you good amount of dynamic range, but it's not so flat that you're just looking at a gray image when it comes out of the camera. C-Log 3 is awesome. We're going to look at some examples right now. So here's the side-by-side of the standard picture profile, the C-Log, and also the C-Log 3 straight out of camera. I've also filmed this little light bulb here to show that I haven't changed the exposure on or any settings on the camera. I've just simply switched over the picture profile so you can once again see C-Log 3, C-Log, and also the standard picture profile. And you'll see if I bring the waveforms up here, what you're really getting is a lot more detail in the highlights. Sure, the images are all clipping in some areas or it's getting up there, but you can see the C-Log 3 is giving you more dynamic range. So if we're pushing our contrast in the image or we're introducing new colors and we're really taking advantage of that 10-bit that is in the R6, it really is letting you use this camera to a lot more of what this 10-bit can give you. Between you and me, I don't really see myself picking up my C200 that much anymore now that I've got 10-bit 4K 50 frames, C-Log 3 all in this little nimble package. That is something very, very interesting. And the second thing, which they just released, is dual SD card recording. I did see this video talking about that the more photos or more videos you take, the more highly you're going to have a card fail on you. And as a professional, like you and me, let's be real, we're professionals. You're going to encounter failed and corrupt SD cards. I've had it happen to me numerous of times on multiple, and I mean multiple SD card brands. Media is important. Buy good media cards. But even then, they're still going to fail. So having two SD card slots, both recording at the same time, not proxies, both recording 4K 10-bit, that is truly something that I love and I'm so appreciative. And I remember in the first video I made just reading the stats of the R6 camera, I remember mentioning something about dual SD card recording. It's got dual memory SD card slot. And it turns out that that video was actually wrong, but now it's actually right. So technically I've been right this whole time. And what Canon's just been doing to this camera, it's released a light format, which I don't know if anyone can actually tell the difference between 4K light and the 4K in the full quality, whatever that is. But except all I can tell is the file sizes are half the size and there is seemingly no loss in image quality, which is also another win because now your SD cards are going further and also it's doing less internal processing. So it's actually not overheating as much, which is awesome. So this R6, I've never had it overheat. It can do more than a Canon R5 except for 8K RAW, but then it can do everything else better and do things that actually the R5 can't. And also when you compare it to the A7S III, this camera is, depending where you're buying it, $1,000 to $2,000 cheaper. And the only thing it can't go head to head in is the 4K 120. So a 4K 120 is a big deal to you. Maybe, sure, the A7S III is worth it. But is it worth an extra $2,000 in some cases to just have one extra feature? When it comes to low light, image stabilization, dual recording, codecs, image, the R6 is right up there, in some cases even better than those cameras. I've had this camera for 10 months now and I've loved it, haven't had any overheating, and it's just every couple of months, just Canon have released a new firmware update which got better and better. And we won't talk about that time that they did that update, and if you put it into crop sensor mode, the camera just bricked hard. We won't talk about that one. Granted, they did fix it in like 24 hours, so rest in peace to the people that were on a professional shoot and they switched it over. But bar that, it's been really smooth sailing and this camera's just got better and better. And in this moment right now, July 2021, as I've uploaded this video, the R6 is probably the best mirrorless camera for video you can buy for your money right now, and I highly recommend it. And you too should really consider what camera you're thinking of buying or using. Let me know in the comments what you think about the Canon R6 updates and also how it now technically is better than the R5 and really up there with the A7S III, but for way cheaper. I'll love to read them. I'll be responding definitely. Remember to subscribe, enter the giveaway. It's going next week. It will be announced, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.